Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Jared from Cool Hacks, and I just wanted to do a review on the Craftsman misting fan. The model number is CMCE003. This did come from Lowe's. The funny story is that my wife picked it up for herself for gardening. She knew I had a few Craftsman tools, so that's why she picked this particular one. It's about $100. They do offer this from Lowe's for about $99.99. That's where she picked it up from, but I did find the bare bone misting fan on Amazon for $63.99 right now. Um, it's not a bad little fan. She really enjoys it. I'm just going to give you a couple specs real quick on this fan. So this fan is supposed to last 2.9 hours, and it has a 1.5 volt battery. One of the smaller batteries for Craftsman, but it does work. With doing my research on this fan, the 2.9 hours is on the lowest setting in the lowest misting. It does say it has a about 515 cubic feet per minute for the airflow. Once again, that's on the high setting. You will not get 2.9 hours from that. And it said it does 1.3 gallons per hour on this fan on the high setting for the misting. So it's saying that there's a lot of asterisks on here because with a 1.5 volt battery, she did use it. She really liked it. Her suggestion was where it came down to using it full time was actually putting the fan on full speed and then putting the misting on the first speed. So let's just get to the fan and what was in the box. So in the box we have the charger. It's a small charger, has about a 6-foot cord. Nice little charger. The charger I have for my other Craftsman products are a little bit bigger. The next thing they have is the 1.5 amp battery. So this particular fan has 3 different speeds. So let me just go around and point them out to you. It has 3 fan speeds. So it's 1, 2, and 3. And it has 3 misting speeds. It's a nice fan. When they had it on display, they had it on a 5-gallon bucket where they were showing it off, which I thought was pretty cool. So let me turn it around for you real quick. So the battery goes in right here. So I did get one of my 4 volts out to see if it fit, but it just snaps right in. Slides in, bam, you got it. Very nice. What I did was I got my bigger battery up. This is my 4 amp battery just to see if it fits. Craftsman does make a 6 amp battery. I'm not too sure if that would fit, but it's a nice little case. It just drops in. So you got it right here. It's pretty nice to the point of how it works for you. And like I said, she picked it up because I had a couple extra batteries going on here. So the nice thing about this misting fan is it has a cord on the bottom. So with the cord on the bottom, it just pops out. And it's a pretty good sized length. This does go onto a hose, which is nice about that. Or if you don't want to have it onto a hose, you can pick up a 5-gallon bucket. So that's what we did. Once again, we got it from Lowe's. So do it right, I guess. So this particular fan is pretty durable. But you go in and you drop this into the hose into the bucket. And then the one thing that I like about it is that it sits on top, so you don't have to have it connected to a hose at all times. So let's just put it on to the slowest speed. So we got the fan on. I do have my noise canceling on here so you can't hear about how loud it truly is, but it does push out some wind. And then you have your misting. So I'm going to turn it on the first speed and start the misting. So if you can notice, it's misting at the camera. And now it's just a steady flow. And it's like, whoo. But you can actually make it even more misting. And it gets pretty hard and it gets pretty wet, I found out. So like I said, what I would suggest to do on this particular fan, that's the third one. 1, 2, 3. So it's working. So to make this work a little more comfortable for you, because it does get you pretty wet, you put it onto the first part of the misting, and then you have the fan on high speed, and it can really reach you. know if you can actually hear the misting right there, but it is misting. But you'll get kind of wet. But no, it's a great little fan to work with. Like I said, I'm misting away, but this is a nice pickup for gardeners. It's a nice pickup for just in the back in the patio area. But yeah, would highly recommend this. It's one of the most reasonably priced fans out there where it comes to the battery. I don't think you'll be disappointed with it on the patio or in the garden. So with saying that, I think my wife wants her fan back. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the miss on the camera. Like and subscribe. Make some comments. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, you guys.